Hi guys, today I'd like to talk about the reasons why I chose the NSTIC. First of all, I'd like to thank Dean Kobayashi from the NSTIC channel for giving me the idea for this particular video. Well, at the time I was looking for a tapping instrument, but at the same time I want to be able to play the same technique you usually play on a bass, such as fingerstyle and slapping. Well, you may understand that it's not easy to use tapping for a bass player in a band, because sometimes you may feel like you're stealing someone else's role, because you're playing chords, you're playing the melody, so you can do that, but not always. So you may want to be able to play in both situations. So you can play a traditional bass line, or you can have your moment of glory by playing the tapping bass line or a solo. So I wanted something like that, and I was aware of the existence of the Chapman stick, but I thought that this particular instrument was better for matching my requirements. In fact, I may say that I'm satisfied with this instrument. You may play pretty much anything. The traditional bass line, you can expand it, you can do a solo, you can create a complete song. Well, you may say, why don't you buy a bass, a 7-string, 8-string bass? It's pretty much the same thing. Well, it is not. In fact, on the NSTIC you have the stereo option, which is very useful. In fact, when playing a tapping line on a bass, you may find the sound a bit muddy. I mean, the two parts, the bass part and the melody, sometimes are not so clear, because one of the two parts may cover the other one. So if you have the chance to have a stereo option, so you may separate the two channels, you can have each part as clear as possible. And if you want to, you can use different amplifiers, and it is something that I usually do. In that case, there is no limit. Another cool thing about the stereo option is that you can use different effects on one channel or on the other channel. What does it mean? It means that you can have a solid clean bass while having an overdrive on the melody side, or on the other hand, you can have a chorus on the bass line, on the bass side, and having, I don't know, a reverb or a delay on the melody side. So you can experiment all these combinations that can be very cool. Another cool thing about this instrument is the tuning. The tuning is in fourth, so it's pretty much like a bass, like a regular bass with more strings. So you can virtually use all the bass lines you use commonly in a bass, but you can expand them because you can use tapping, so you can add notes using different intervals. There is no limit. Otherwise, you can play it as a guitar. You can use a pick. That's another very cool feature about this. It is very light, definitely light. Perhaps those of you who tried a multiple string bass may understand what I mean. A 7-string or 8-string or more string bass is very heavy. This is very light. It's very easy to play because the action is very low. So it is something that can be very useful. And if you're not in your 20s anymore, and I'm not, that could be good for your back. trust me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this channel, please subscribe, and if you are interested in listening to the different sound of this instrument, you can find some videos of me playing with this particular instrument. So for this time, it's all. I hope to see you next time. Keep on rocking.